What's up, beautiful, beautiful, and amazing people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by as usual. I appreciate you. So, in today's video, it's obvious MAGAs are still denying the obvious. No matter how much they are told, they are still denying the obvious. And it's the audacity for me. Anyway, guys, this season is the finding out season, and it seems that every day is a new season movie that does not seem to end. So let's get into these videos and see what else they are finding out this time. And I'll see you at the end of the video. Stay tuned.
Elon Musk, who nobody voted for, and the Department of Government Efficiency, that is not actually part of the government, has full access to the Federal Reserve payment systems, the Federal Treasury system that controls payments through Medicare, Social Security, government contracts. Seem to remember Elon being the beneficiary of a lot of government contracts, but always wanting more anyway. Wouldn't it be nice if he could just access those systems and withhold payments to his competitors, divert those funds to himself? Guys, what we have going on right now is a coup. Donald Trump is not the president. Elon Musk is operating a shadow government. He has subverted the entire governmental apparatus of the United States. It is not hyperbole to say he has taken over this country, the richest man in the world, with access to the deepest pockets in the world.
Is there anyone out there who can give me one benefit of the DEI movement?
I got you, and you can fact check me on this.
One benefit.
Therapy for veterans, so there's one for you.
One benefit of
Mother's rooms, so when you're a fresh mother and you have to pump your breast for your children.
give me one benefit.
Paid caregiver leave, so when a family member is about to pass away and your company says go home, we'll pay you while you see them away.
Give me one benefit of
Paternity leave, so when you're an expectant parent, you can actually spend time with your newborn.
you can give me one benefit.
Disable accessible places and spaces, so think like elevators, wheelchair ramps, handicap stalls in a bathroom, even ergonomic like displays and setups for somebody who might not be able to do day-to-day activities. I have a friend who lost most of the use to his hands and his job requires him to type. So there's a screen program that clocks his eyes and goes to where he needs. So there's an example.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion is racist.
So we are all deep in the find out era of Donald Trump's current policies and executive orders. The Prime Minister of Canada has imposed retaliatory tariffs on billions of dollars worth of goods. They will be imposed starting 2 days from now and rolling out through the rest of this month. So many of us desperately tried to warn people prior to the November election about who these tariffs will affect the most. You know who these tariffs affect the most? Donald Trump voters. Lower and middle class people who voted against their own interests will have to pay more for everything. We warned you. We tried to sound the alarm bells. You didn't listen. And here we are about to feel massive effects from this administration. As always, please go ahead and follow me on here and on my other platforms as well in case this app gets banned again. The link is in my bio.
Quick question for Republicans. Do you think people keep trying to re-explain something to you over and over again? Like DEI means this, it's something separate from affirmative action. Possibly because the reading level in this country is less than a 6th grade reading level for more than 50% of the people here. That means more than half of the people you know can't read above a 6th grade level. Now maybe, just maybe, that's by design so that you can't quite literally read into what you're being told, so you just hear it and parrot it out. It's kind of like reading the title and not the article, and maybe that's by design so that you don't dig into it and disagree with it, so you go for it, ultimately hurting yourself. And maybe, just maybe, you hear those things, and you hear things like get rid of the Department of Education, because we're already stupid, and then you go, yeah, we're already dumb, get rid of that. Do you know what happens after you get rid of something like that? They privatize it. And when something goes privatized, that means you have to pay for it. Well, I'm already paying for school with my taxes. Do you know what they do when you have a new bill? They don't lower your taxes. You get charged the same taxes, and you got to pay for the school now. But the beauty of that school is not only do you got to pay for it, but they can teach what they want in those schools. And your brain is like, well, they're not going to teach CRT, and that's what's important to me. And do you know why that's important to you? Because you can't read.
Bro, what the fuck? My manager told me today, it's like, hey, by the way, one of our most valuable employees will no longer be working with us starting now. And I thought, why? What's going on? And he said, because he has to double down at the restaurant, at his other job, at his other restaurant that he's working at. And I said, well, why did he leave? And he's because, one, because he's a manager at that restaurant. And two, more than half of his staff got deported. What the fuck? We were all looking at each other like, oh shit, he's fucked. So now, bro has to figure out how to run a restaurant with less than 3 people. Fuck. He was telling me, it's like, yeah, I almost got deported. And I'm like, how? He said, they thought that I was suspicious and looked into my background and threatened to deport me. What the fuck? Luckily, he confirmed it all and he's completely fine. However, birthright citizenship is still trying to get removed. And he's worried. He's very worried. And I don't blame him, because just like that, more than half of his staff is gone. And he's mainly afraid because even though he is a citizen of this country, that could be taken away from him. I knew this was happening. I was aware this was happening. Seeing it on the news, seeing happening on a TikTok is one thing. Having that happen to people you know, to people you care about, yeah, that hits deeper. I am very worried about my Hispanic and Latino friends, bro. I really am. Because in a mere instant, they can be here and they can be gone. Just like that. And the crazy thing about it, you wouldn't even know until after it happened. And there's nothing you can do about it. This shit is terrifying. Like, real talk. Like, the fact that I got to witness that firsthand, that shit is scary.
If you live in a red state, like Tennessee, where I am, I need you to pay attention and listen to this. Especially if you voted for Donald Trump.
For our first of many steps, effective today, I have directed BC liquor sales to immediately stop buying American liquor from red states. Liquor store employees will be removing the most popular of these brands from government store shelves.
Canada is going to stop buying liquor from red states. Now, we have like Tennessee whiskey, and I know Kentucky also makes bourbon, and I can't speak on all the other states, but that is one of like our biggest things that we sell here. And Canada isn't going to buy it anymore. Not only are they not buying it, but what they've already bought, they're taking off the shelves and are no longer going to be selling it in Canada, like ex-nay on American goods. But that's not all. Here is Justin Trudeau last night talking about Trump's tariffs and his response to the American people.
Tonight, first, I want to speak directly to Americans, our closest friends and neighbors. This is a choice that, yes, will harm Canadians, but beyond that, it will have real consequences for you, the American people. As I have consistently said, tariffs against Canada will put your jobs at risk, potentially shutting down American auto assembly plants and other manufacturing facilities. They will raise costs for you, including food at the grocery stores and gas at the pump.
And he goes on to say a few more things, and this is Trump's online response to that. We pay hundreds of billions of dollars to subsidize Canada. Why? There's no reason. We don't need anything they have. We have unlimited energy, should make our own cars, and have more lumber than we could ever use. Without this massive subsidy, Canada ceases to exist as a viable country. Harsh but true. Therefore, Canada should become our cherished 51st state. Canada's not going to become a 51st state. To even think that is so far beyond delusional, but I mean, it's Trump. So yeah, we get our oil from Canada, and Trump's putting a 10% tariff on the oil and gas we get from there. So expect to pay more at the pump, 25% on Mexico, all goods coming in from Mexico. So expect to pay more at the grocery store for produce, 10% tariff on China. So expect to pay more for toys. We also get our pharmaceuticals from Canada and Mexico. So expect to pay more in your prescription drug costs. Like, in this part really just really gets me. This is Trump's Truth Social. This will be the golden age of America. Will there be some pain? Yes. Maybe. Maybe not. But we will make America great again, and it will be worth the price that must be paid. The price that must be paid. Didn't he campaign on lowering prices? Wasn't that his thing? Lower the cost of groceries, and everything he's doing is the exact opposite. Everyday cost of living is going to skyrocket. Everything. So MAGA, how are you defending this? Because your whole like, oh, we'll just, things will be cheaper because we'll just make them in America. There's a reason they're cheaper now, because it's cheaper to import them than to make them in America. It would still be more expensive if we made it in America. That's why we import. You guys have been lied to and lied to and lied to, and yet you keep eating the fucking cereal. You keep eating it. And the milk is poison.
It's like every day is just a finding out season. Just look at what that woman is saying. It's so clear that she does not even know anything about DEI. She's absolutely clueless. And I loved how that guy analyzed it for her, one after the other. Anyways, I wouldn't blame her. She's absolutely clueless. And maybe if she had, dug deeper into research, she would not be asking that question. Because, like, it's just the audacity for me. There are still some people that are still standing on their votes, and they're like, I will still go Republican any day, anytime. Obviously, they don't know how DEI works. Neither do they know how tariff works. So I came across a particular comment where somebody said, maybe the voting papers, y'all should help me here. How do you do it in the United States? Maybe the voting papers should actually contain pictures so people can know what or who they are actually voting for. Because it seems that some people are actually confusing the names, or confusing maybe the names of the party or something like that. That was the point the person was actually trying to make. That maybe these voting papers should actually start containing pictures so that you can actually see that, oh, okay, it's you. Oh, it's you. I go for you, and all of that. Anyways, that's just by the way. But I'm sure it came, from a place of deep thought and thinking. And also, I wouldn't blame Trudeau, for retaliating back. It's it's just normal, because there is no way he would sit back and just accept the tariffs with his full chest. And this is own tariff also. It can reduce demand and increase costs for American businesses, because it will impact jobs, economic growth, and it will lead to reduced US exports to Canada, which will affect many industries. It will affect the agricultural industry, such as producers of dairy, meat, grains. It will affect the manufacturing industries, you know, and this trade tension, because US and Canada have actually been long allies. So this will just cause unnecessary escalation of trade tension. Their trade relationship will be strained. And also the impact on US consumers, because it will just lead to higher prices for US consumers, and businesses will not even have any mercy because they are also strained. They will just pass the additional cost on the consumer, and at the end of the day, the consumers will bear the brunt of it. And all this will not even be happening in the first place if there is no tariff on Canada. So it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy. It's just so crazy. It's just like FA FO every day. But yeah, all we can do is to just watch and see and pray with our hearts that whatever the outcome of this thing is, it actually favors us. Thank you guys for listening. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this trade war that is about to begin. What do you think the economic impacts are on both Canada and US? I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notification. I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe. Ciao.